Many of the questions that you're holding have to do with your mind or your human mental construct holding this thought form that you are not enough. And so the questions that arise from that perspective have to do with, how do I become more? How do I achieve more? How do I get to this place that I think when I get to that place, I'll feel like I am enough, that I am worthy, that I am adequate. And what we're saying is you have it backwards if you're thinking that there is an action that you must take or something you must achieve or acquire in order to be worthy or enough or adequate. In this moment, start to feel into your holiness and feel into the truth that who you are in this moment is enough. You don't need to be more. You don't need to have more. You don't need to achieve more. You don't need to get to anywhere in the future. And so we've very much been looking forward to this interaction, and we appreciate your participation with this interaction. And to begin with, on this day, what we'd like to discuss is the idea of your holiness. Your holiness. What we'd like you to recognize and begin to feel in this precious present moment is the idea or the truth that you are holy. You are a holy being. You are an embodiment of holiness. So as we say those words, we're asking you in this moment to start to breathe that truth in. If it helps, you can close your eyes and again, continue to breathe very fully. And each and every time you inhale, you are drawing in to your being, to your energy body, this truth of your holiness. You are a holy being. Take a very deep inhale and draw that in to your energy body. I am holy. I am a holy being. I am a holy being. Repeat that in your mind a few times and really feel that reverberation in your energy body. Feel the vibration, the resonance of that idea, which is also representative of a universal truth that each and every being is holy, because each and every being is an emanation or a creation of divine intelligence. So in this moment, really start to feel the resonance or the vibration of that statement. Feel it as truth in your body. And also feel how it might differ from the feeling tone and the thought forms which you habitually hold towards yourself. Most of you, many of you, most of you, have forgotten your holiness. You've forgotten that you are holy, that you are an emanation of the divine. You don't tend to habitually wake up in the morning and see yourselves that way. Instead, you tend to repeat the thought forms in your mental construct or in your mind that have to do with your identity, thought forms that you have thought many times over and over again, not necessarily true, some of them very limiting in nature, some of them very destructive in nature, and yet because they're habitual, you continue to repeat them. In this moment, what we're asking you to do is to deepen your breath, to create some distance between yourself as observer, pure consciousness, pure awareness. In that space of observer, you start to observe your perspective of yourself and just feel into if it feels that we are offering you a different perspective of yourself, of your identity, rather than the one you're habitually holding in your mind. If we draw your attention to this idea that you are holy, this truth that you are a holy being, we're asking you to focus on that. We're repeating it. We're asking you to feel into the vibration of that, the truth of it. And we're asking you to notice how that differs from the way that you habitually see yourself or think of yourselves. The reason this is important, and we've brought this to your attention before, is that many of you tend to perceive yourselves through the lens of inadequacy or unworthiness, or through some sense of lack. And that is your habitual way of seeing and perceiving yourselves. What we really deeply want you to know in this moment is that all those thought forms are not the perspective of your higher self or of God or of Source. In other words, when Source perceives you, there is never a lens or a narrative of inadequacy. God or source never sees you or perceives you as being less than or of needing to be more than you are. In other words, God or source and your higher self sees you as perfect, whole, complete. Even in the presence of your human imperfection, there is perfection there because you didn't incarnate into this dualistic reality for perfection or to express perfection. You incarnated into this dualistic reality to experience contrast and duality so that you could come to understand yourself more fully. You could come to understand who you truly are. And so your true identity, this true aspect of you, the spiritual aspect of you, the soul of who you are, is holy, is indestructible, is infinite, is made of light. And so in this moment, start to become aware of those qualities, those sensations, and really start to focus all of your attention on them. We understand, we recognize many of you are coming to this gathering with questions. Your questions are beautiful. But what we want you to know is just by doing this practice that we are introducing to you on this day, many of those questions that you're holding will start to dissolve. Because many of the questions that you're holding have to do with your mind or your human mental construct holding this thought form that you are not enough. And so the questions that arise from that perspective have to do with, how do I become more? How do I achieve more? How do I get to this place that I think when I get to that place, I'll feel like I am enough, that I am worthy, that I am adequate. And what we're saying is you have it backwards if you're thinking that there is an action that you must take or something you must achieve or acquire in order to be worthy or enough or adequate. So we are saying in this moment, start to feel into your holiness and feel into the truth that who you are in this moment is enough. You don't need to be more. You don't need to have more. You don't need to achieve more. You don't need to get to anywhere in the future. Now, you are an expanding, evolving being. With every day of your lived experience, you are moving forward, you are expanding. But what we want you to see is the difference between being so focused on the future because you think at some point in the future you will get to this place that you will be enough, versus starting with the truth in this moment that you are enough, and then starting to expand from that place or that point. And in terms of expanding from that truth, what you will experience is that your life becomes more of an adventure. It becomes more of an exploration and less of a trying to get somewhere in order to resolve a thought form that was never true to begin with. Take a deep breath in this moment. As you exhale, relax your physical body. Feel your breath flowing in and out. And once again, in this moment, bring to mind the truth that in this moment, I am holy. I'm divine. I'm an emanation of source energy, of divine intelligence. And so within me, I carry all the qualities of source energy: wisdom, joy, love, compassion, harmony, peace, passion, aliveness, vitality, freedom, liberation. All of these qualities exist within you in this present moment. They do not exist in a future moment. They exist in this moment. So start to feel into all of those qualities. Let them start to reverberate within you as you draw your attention to those sensations and realize there is nowhere else to be. There is nowhere else to be but here and now.